Welcome, TGC Tours community. This is Victory Lane Sports, along with Jeff Brown, the G Dog. Say hello.
Hello. Oi.
And we are here, of course, for the much anticipated, long awaited results show for the Dream Team Design Competition. G Dog, you've done all of the playthroughs. Are you ready for tonight? And are you excited to see who wins this competition?
I am. It's been such a great contest, this, and it's going to be great to see where people stack up. But yeah, let's get this underway.
All right. So, just a brief overview before we get into it. And that we've got to give our thanks to not only G Dog for doing all the playthroughs, but of course the judging panel as well. So, a huge shout out to the judges. You guys know who you are. They will be revealed publicly as we give feedback for these different designs through the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, not that long, but a lot going on in the TGC Tours community. As you all know, season 6 is upon us, hopefully this Sunday. So, what's going on? Well, a lot goes on here behind the scenes. G Dog, there they are, the 20 courses. I'm sure you had your favorite, but let's get to it because I think the crowd is really excited about whether or not Team Chantrez or Team Cindre takes home the first title for Dream Team winner. All right. So the way this is going to work tonight is we're going to reveal the courses in random groups. I should say random to the rest of you. They're not so random to us. What we did is build drama into the show. And by doing that, we're going to reveal them group by group and give a little bit of background on each course, a little bit of highlights, I should say. There's going to be a special feature from one of our judges, Mr. Ben B101, who did an amazing job in his judging role, and we thank him for all of the extra effort he put in. So Dwayne, who is producing the show, not on the mic tonight, but doing a fantastic job with all of the graphics and everything you see here. He's done an amazing job, and let's go right to it. Let's see who the first groups are for Team Chantrez and Team Cindre.
Boom.
So what we're going to do is line up Team Chantrez on the left and Team Cindre on the right. And Jeff, there you have it. The first randomly selected courses.
Yeah, so from Team JC, we got Commonwealth Country Club, Derwent Valley Golf Club, and Bayer Reicher Golf Platz. What about Team Cindre, Eric?
Oh, I knew you'd give me the Pablo one that I can't say. Boy du Midi Golf Club? Something along those lines. Colabanca Resort Golf Club and Farwater Golf Club. Now let's take a closer look at each one. And Jeff, I hope that you can give us some of your favorite points from each course.
I shall. So yeah, our first course up is Commonwealth Country Club. This is from Violin Guy. It's a Mid-Atlantic themed course using the Boreal theme. It's kind of got like vibes of Pinehurst and Harbour Town. Really clean, some great bunker works, and look at that lighting. I thought it had a really nice lighting feel to this course. But yeah, that's Commonwealth Country Club by Violin Guy. And on to number 2, we got Derwent Valley from Aces Galore, Mr. Chris Hall. So this is kind of set near me, actually, in the Peak District in England. So it's got that sort of like woodlandy, sort of Peak District feel. Really clean. And yeah, I really like this one from Mr. Chris Hall.
Very much.
Next up, we have Bayer Reicher Golf Platz from Mr. Pat Odell, aka Celtic Wolf, a German course set just on the outskirts of Munich. Really cool thread that he made for this course. Like every hole's got like a German name to it. Do check that out. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, really, really clean course. It's in the autumn theme, but didn't use too many of the, the really bright trees. And I think he pulled off the look really well. Some really clean bunker work and some nice little Easter eggs around the course.
So over on Team Sindre, what do we have?
We have coming up first. We have Boy Do Midi Golf Club from Mr. Pablo. Now this was what, one or two courses, weren't it? He went and
Yeah.
bloody made two of them, and then he was like, "Oh, I don't know which one to put in." Well, he went with this one. I do think it was the better of the two. Super clean, some really nice planting. But yeah, hashtag blame Pablo. Uh, Sorry, I'm like a couple of seconds behind. I can't. Cola Banker is our next one. Oh my God, we're playing. Stay away from the plane.
The plane.
But yeah, fun course. There's lots of elevation changes, some nice, fun out there holes. Definitely fun for multiplayer or skins. Definitely like a different experience you'll have over at Column Banker by our very own Vlad Vermeert. Right, so it's Farwater in it from Mr. Wes, old Crazy Bridges Wes. He did a great job here, amazing job with Farwater, and some of like really fun. The last like couple of holes where it plays back to the lighthouse there, as you can see in that screenshot, are some of the best closing holes in the game. Bring some friends, play some skins. You'll definitely have fun over at Farwater Golf Club.
Indeed. I totally agree with your assessments on all of those courses. This is a group of 6 designers where I'm not really sure which side is going to have more points after this. And the way that this is going to work, just so that you guys know in the chat, is that we're going to reveal the total cumulative score for this group as a whole, not each individual course. And we will do that cumulatively as we go along. So as we get through all 10 courses on each side, we will build the drama into the show for you guys. And so, Dwayne, hit us up with these results. Who is in the lead after the first round?
And boom, there it is.
All right.
33 to
Any
23.
Jeff, any thoughts from you, or as we kind of go back and forth, let's give the chat a minute to process what just occurred here. We now have Team Chantrez with a 10-point lead. Do you think
Wow.
that's in a good spot after these 6 courses?
Yeah, they're looking good there. I mean, yeah, so 10-point difference there. Good start for Team JC. If Team Sindre are on the edge of their seats now, wondering what will happen in the next round.
All right, so let's see what courses are in that next round.
So yeah, from Team JC, we have Backlash Pines, CC. We got Royal Bentley and Charleston Hall. What about Team Sindre? What are their free entries in this round, Eric?
I think they're positioned well for a comeback with Acuna Reserve, the Last Stand Golf Club, and the course at Cycad Reach. So I think each side is pretty strong here, but I don't know. You know, there is one course there that unfortunately didn't have the planting done, and so I don't know if that'll play into the results. But the rest of the course was so good that maybe it didn't matter. Let's check it out.
Right, so our first one from Team JC is Backlash Pines from Fellow Puppet. This is a Swiss course. Did a really good job with this. Some really nice planting, some nice bunker work, and yeah, just a really solid Swiss course. We don't see enough Swiss courses, and I always enjoy them when they do get chosen. And yeah, this was a great one from Fellow Puppet. So if we move on to our next one, it should be old Royal Bentley, right, from Mr. Brian Petty. He went a little different this time. Stepped away from the step theme, didn't he? But yeah, did a really good job. I've got here in my notes, them bunkers. And yes, there is a lot of bunker work here. A lot of, oh man, he must have spent ages sculpting all that bunker. But yeah, sort of based loosely on Royal Melbourne, that kind of style. But yeah, great, another great course from Mr. Petty.
I'm getting a little concerned that between him and his buddy Ryan McConnell, that there's not going to be much sand left for other designers in season 6.
Yeah, yeah, that's true, right? Well, as we move on to our next one, it's from Joe Golfer, old Charleston Hall, Template Hall, and it is Template Heaven. And I've got here in all caps, Rainer written. So yeah, he loves his Rainer designs, doesn't he? So we've got capes, we've got Lidos, we've got Biarritzes, we've got everything. We've got a dog head, all sorts.
What is the
Barbara
barber
Hall.
template?
Yeah, well, you'll have to find out. But yeah, as we move over to Team Sindre, we start off with Acuna Reserve by Mio, or Danny Shruji, as he's more well known. But yeah, this is set on a volcanic archipelago. I can't see. Go on, Eric. Help me out.
Archipelago?
That's the one. It's set in the Indian Ocean. And yeah, definitely got that sort of really nice tropical sort of vibe to it. A little overgrown in places, but he's definitely come a long way as a designer. It's a great
Yeah.
follow up to Le Petit Diable. But yeah, great course here. And yeah, be sure to play it. Next up, of course, we've got Last Stand Golf Club. Now, this is from John Ives. It's in the desert theme, and I think he had like some IRL stuff going on, real stuff. So he was a little pushed for time. So it's a little underplanted. But it was still, a good course, right? The course is there. You can see he spent time on those bunkers. They're really well sculpted, and still course there, and he got it out. He didn't let the team down or anything. He, got a course out. So congrats to you, man. Good
Yeah,
job.
I just want to echo what G Dog said there. That one of the cool things is that he finished what he could. He budgeted his time, knowing that there was some IRL things coming up, and he didn't just quit on his team. He put out the best possible thing that he could, and the judges planting was just one aspect. So this course, outside of missing items with the objects, the playability, the sculpting, and everything else was there. So
Yeah.
I don't want it to, I don't want it to come across that this is a lame duck here, because it wasn't.
And of course, we will close things out with Kevin. Of course, it's Cycad Reach from Mr. Sefin, aka Kevin. But yeah, another classic Kevin design here. Went for the tropical theme, which is always a difficult theme to work with, I think, or I assume. But yeah, he did a good job here. Lots of fun to play. Get some buddies and get some money on the line. But yeah, another good course from Kevin. Good job.
All right, let's head back to the studio here. At least the audio studio. No video tonight. There's lots of fun graphics here. And again, just want to give a shout out to Dwayne. A lot of the basic stuff you see, I did. A lot of the great looking stuff he did. So we send it back to the studio here, and we look at those 6 courses from the chat. What are you guys thinking? Is Sindre going to make a comeback here with this, or will Team JC continue their lead? Jeff, what do you think? Who's the stronger side here?
Oh me, I don't like to pick sides. You know this.
That's true.
There's great courses on both sides.
There is.
There is. Let's find out, shall we?
Some people say comeback. Some people say the lead gets bigger. All right, let us have it.
Drum roll. And there it is, 60 to 41. So Team JC continue the lead. Managed to get 27 points that round, moving them to 60 with a 19 point lead over Team Sindre, moving into the final round. What thoughts, Eric?
Well, I can understand a little bit here and there where some of this is coming in. And based on the courses, though, that are still remaining, obviously both team captains are still remaining. And we've got a lot of quote unquote heavy hitting courses at the back end of this lineup. And I say heavy hitting, that's really referring to sort of the cachet that some of these guys have within the community. It's unknown whether or not they scored better than these first six, but for the purposes of drama and the cachet that they have, we put them at the end. So, can Team Sindre make a comeback? Well, before we find that out, again, Jeff and I want to give a huge special thanks to Ben, B101.
Yeah.
Jeff did amazing playthroughs. It took a lot of time to do the playthroughs of all of these courses, but Ben went over and above his judging role. And his judging role, he did a lot of work, but then he said, "Hey, could I do something fun for the contestants because of all the work that they put in?" And of course, we all said yes. I mean, if you'd like to contribute in that way, we're certainly not going to turn it down. So let's show a shorter version just here as we break up halfway through the competition. This fantastic video for the separate awards that that Ben put in place. Roll that beautiful bean footage, as Dwayne likes to say.
So yeah, Copper Dunes takes that, done it, old Fritchie.
He didn't have the best opening hole when we played today. I'll tell you that. IRL. So Copper Dunes. Most self-indulgent bridge. Well, Jeff, we had a lot of choices to
We
pick
did,
from on
didn't
this
we?
one.
Lots of bridges to choose from. But yeah, it's got to go to Wes, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Epic bridge work.
Does anybody remember the line in Shrek when they come up to the castle and Donkey says, "It seems like he's compensating for something"?
Yeah. Trickiest green. Who's this going to go to?
It's going to go on a couple.
Oh, it's old Hitchens Razor. Yeah, the fifth Hitchens Razor from Mr. Erickson Stone.
I got to tell you, this one probably gets the trickiest green because if you're over, you're done for. If you're short, you're in that bunker. And still facing the possibility of hitting it over, but flat with Colabanca had a lot of tricky greens too.
Best par 3. Sindre, 17th. Gear Ranger, is that how we say it?
Wow, right? Wow.
Yeah. That right way's beautiful. He's, yeah. Just the bunker there. It's great. Best off course area. We had to go to Das Alta by Energizer, that town. Man, it's great. You see it like throughout the course. Oh, obviously we're touching on this a little bit when we get to his course, but yeah, he did a great job with that town, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen a more natural looking town, a realistic looking town in the game. Maybe the Grease course by Scarpacci a while back.
Best par 4 went to, of course, Farwater. Again, picking up 2 awards here. Got that bridge there. Anyway, I guess that took it. But yeah, it went to the 14th at Farwater by Mr. J.W. Texan. Yeah, that looks great, right?
I like how the lighting silhouettes that bridge a lot of times too. That was good.
Silly and fun. All the world. Sorry, we're wrecking it. But yeah, goes to Angel's Heads for Chantress, the 15th, over that epic bridge. And yeah, lots of bunkers to contend with. But yeah, they look great, right?
I love it. No, that's not Dwayne's fault. That's really my fault.
Best
It
par
was
five.
audible.
Oh, Chantress
What?
again, bribing the community into.
How?
And then,
This wasn't my vote for best top five. I could, or best par five. I can tell you that.
no, he did a really good job here. I do the tee shot's super. Like you crush a fast driver and it'll just catch this shoot and go miles. It's great. Most interesting design choice. Was Black Flag's theme blending from Seabuck. Yeah, talk about this, Mr. Designer.
I got to tell you, I mean, this was one of my favorite courses in the competition. This course to me was just appealing from start to finish, and all of the blending was so pure that you didn't even really notice.
Best closing hole was 18th for Das Elter from Energizer, which is amazing because I know he did the back nine of this course relatively quickly because he was called in on short notice. So to get the award for the best 18th, I think is great.
What I like about it is you can look over the edge and see all of the options for the 19th hole that you could go to down at the pubs in the village.
And there we have it, 5-5. It's a tie in the little fun events. Or is it?
I couldn't remember. Ben, if you're in the chat, whose team actually won the... I didn't know there was a winner of this, but whose team had more of the awards given? Oh, there it is.
JC, 7-3, sorry.
Wow. But again, thank you to Ben and G-Dog for just doing all of the video work and highlighting all of the just tremendous effort that all of the designers put into this. And I do want to say, and we'll get into this more at the end of the show, but just real quickly now, I do want to say that some of these designers were also in the CC challenge, which was basically overlapping this contest because this was an unofficial contest this year. And it was an idea that Sindre and Chantrez had, I believe, and they kind of put it together and people just loved it. They jumped right on it. And again, like I said, we'll get to that later, but I just, the fact that these guys still put out 20 great courses with all the stuff going on in the design community at this time was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah. I bet a few people are having a little break now from a designer, aren't they?
I hope so, because World Cup's coming up. All right, G-Dog, it's time. Let's see those next courses.
So yeah, the final groups, of course, are going to be by a process of elimination. You'll be able to work it out already. But yeah, they are Oasis Somnia and Das Elter from JC. And over at Team Sindre, we got Copper Dunes by Rich and St. Moritz Valley. And so, what's going to happen?
Let's see the flyovers.
Oh yeah, that bit. Yeah. So first up, it's Oasis Somnia from Bavakian, aka Dave Kendall. Step theme, really nice course. This no bunkers. I don't think I noticed this on my first playthrough of this course.
I didn't. I really didn't.
But yeah, no bunkers. Did a really good job. Mild criticism: get those plants rotated and resized a little bit. They're a little patterny stuff going on, but really good job in the step theme, and yeah, a really good play. And over to the next one, which should be old Das Elter by Energizer. The German little town in the background there, like I said earlier, kind of was pulled in last minute. Someone dropped out, right? We had a couple of dropouts, so he kind of had a course like half made, I think, and then finished it off. So he was limited for time, and he pulled off such a good course here. It's one of my favorites in the contest. Super fun to play. Yeah, so that's Das Elter. So let's move over to Team Sindre, where we have Copper Dunes from Fritchie. Yeah, look at those bunkers. He's
another sand spill in TGC Tours.
Yeah. So yeah, Fritz, classic Fritz, right? He always makes a super solid course. Gone for that, yeah, massive waist bunkery look and pulled it off exceptionally well. So yeah, that's Copper Dunes. Yeah, on to the next, which will be St. Moritz from Sam, okay, Simon Morris. And we've got the Swiss theme back at us again. It's all a little bit different kind of
Yeah.
Swiss coast, this, isn't it? Right? It's got like lakes and stuff, and it's actually kind of like flat-ish for like it's not like super tons of elevation, but it works really well. It's like it's almost in a valley or something. Go on, you were going to say something about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, this is one of Sam's one of my favorite courses from Sam of the past few publications, and that's because I think he set this environment really uniquely. Obviously, just like you pointed out, the Swiss mountains in the background, but then he's created like this flat valley area, changed the colors of the grass. It's not that, lush green that you tend to see as a contrast against the Swiss mountains. You've got this brown rough, this, darker sand, and you've got this sort of shallow river running through here. And I don't think I've really seen a Swiss course quite like this. For me, that was high on my list of favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we take it back into the studio, we'll get ready to reveal the new scoreboard shortly. What do you think is going to happen here?
Whew, I, I I like this one. Chat, what do you think? I mean, is Sindre's team going to make a little bit of a comeback here, or do you think Oasis Somnia and Das Elte continue to pull forward for Chantrez? Let's see a little bit of it's getting tense now. Because at this point, if Sindre doesn't start to make a comeback, I don't think they can mathematically do it.
Yeah, I mean, two great courses on both sides here. It could go anyway, but yeah, let's see.
And a lot of people along the threads and stuff had Copper Dunes pretty high. A lot of talk about St. Moritz, so I'm curious to see what happens here. Chat thinks it's going to be a comeback a little bit. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Well, who would have thunk it? There's
Aha.
only, there's only 10 points in it now. So yeah, Team JC managed to get 20 points that round, but a whopping round for Team Sindre there with 29 points, moving it to just 10 points behind with 70 to 80. Can they do it? Can they do it with the last two courses in each group?
I mean, look, there's a reason we do it this way, G Dog. I think the chat has started to figure things out, and we have both team captains. We have held them back and left them in the final group, so they get to win or lose with their team over this one.
Absolutely. Should we find out the final groupings? I mean, should be able to work it out. But yeah, it's going to be for Team JC, Black Flag and Angel's Edge against Team Cinderace, Hitchens Razor Golf Club, and Garanger GC Norway. So yeah, we got the captain's courses there. We got Seabok with Black Flag, and of course Ericsson Stone with Hitchens Razor. Shall we have a little look at the courses?
Let's do it. Whammy.
So Black Flag is going to start us out. So Seabox course, tropical, sort of a nice, sort of sleepy tropical course. This along the coast, I really like it. One of the one of my favorites in the contest. Some great ocean views, some really nice retaining walls like around the bunkers. He did a really good job with this. And on to Angel's Edge. Well, Chantress with the bridges, right? You got a little bridge stop off point there. It's like he cut the bridge in two. There's a little. Oh, it's great. But yeah, he went all out with this course, and I think he felt. You know what? He pulled it off. I think. I really do. I think he really pushed the boat out and the bridge, and he pulled it off. I really do think so. I really like the bunkers. They've got a really unique look to it. And yeah, I really like this course. I thought he did a great job. Right. So I guess we'll go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, since it's the captain's course, I feel obligated to say a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit of
get in
something.
there.
before we moved to Hitchens Razor. I've got to say, um, the bunkers were a little odd for me, and it took me a couple of holes to really get into that sort of eel shaped randomness with the bunkers, and then it became more and more of a unique, creative design. Some of the fantasy elements were perhaps a little bit forced, but some of the best bridges I've ever really seen. So I think if a designer like Sindre had done that course, it would have really worked out well.
Ouch. 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 But we're going to move over to Hitchens Razor from Ericsson Stone. Great course, this. I really enjoyed this one. One of my, again, favorites. They're all my favorites, aren't they? Right? It's like, yeah. But Hitchens Razor, so you got like a nice cliffside sort of coastal course, beautiful views, sort of limited but quality planting, right? It's not got like tons of planting, but where it is, it's quality. And yeah, really good course this, and yeah, definitely should have fun here. And we're going to move over to, of course, Garanger GC Norway from Sindre. He's in his home country for this course, and he's done a great job. Sort of like reminds me of some of his earlier courses, but like dialed back a little, right? It's sort of like in between, still fantasy, still definitely leaning towards fantasy, but yeah, a fantastic course. Lots of elevation changes, lots of choices up the tee. What do you think, Eric?
Well, what's good for the goose has to be good for the gander, and in this situation, I've got to say some of my initial visual takeaways were very, very positive, and then you get into the nitty-gritty, and he did take some liberties on a few things with this course. Actually, for the first 6 or 7 holes, I was wondering, how come the cliff is always on the right and the uphill is always on the left? And every drive, I was worried about going slow, and I wondered, would that ever actually turn around? And then the other thing I looked at was, you really need to be a member of the dam or own a goat to get around this course, because you need a Sherpa or something. I mean, I don't know how you would ever walk this course without dying of a heart attack. But again, fantasy course, and you can take that kind of liberty with routing when you do a fantasy course. So visually, though, oh my, great course.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's pull it back in the studio and predict. So, Sindre 10 points back. Can they pull off the comeback or can't they? What does
So
chat
10
think?
points is
And
really not
what do
that
you
big of a
think?
lead, and that's why we did it. And I think the drama exists. You've got Patrick Lawless there with Hitchens Razor, and of course, the visual spectacle of Cindere. Can they make up 10 points? It's been done, in every other round. One of the teams won the round by 10 points or more. So it's not out of the question, chat. What do you think is going to happen? Do we have the epic comeback here? Or does Team Chantrez hold on? Let's take a minute to review what the chat thinks. Jeff, any final thoughts on the courses themselves as you kind of think through? I know I'm throwing that at you. We didn't plan that dialogue, but anything that you want to say to the contestants, anything that pops out as, hey, definitely keep doing this, or hey, maybe back away from that.
Um, I I mean I enjoyed all the courses. It's going to be great for next season. We've got lots of courses here to pick from. Um, my takeaway from this is kind of what's been achieved by working together. This whole contest has been so different, right, from other contests, and I think it's you know got people working together in a team. Bouncing ideas back and forth, and the camaraderie has been great, right? And let's keep doing this, right? Because this has
I
been
have
fun.
I have to agree with that observation. That would be I would basically align with that observation. That's my takeaway, is that the design community keeps just getting closer and closer. We're willing to share with each other, we're willing to congratulate each other, we're willing to work together, and then we're willing to have fun banter back and forth. I've really enjoyed watching the banter between Chantrez and Cindere, and then of course the different folks on the different teams. And yet it's all good natured. Everyone's still willing to, you know, share how they sculpted a bunker or how they built a ridiculous bridge or how they did, one thing or another. And I think that plays well into where we're headed for season 6, as we will talk about that at the end of the show.
Absolutely. So, shall we do it? Shall we do it?
I think we have to, Jeff, because Seabach says his bowels are puckering. I think, I think Cindere's not watching, but if he were, I'm guessing he thinks he's got it now. I mean, his own course plus Patrick Lawless, you've got to have it, right?
Yeah. Well, let's see it. Do it, Dwayne.
All right, Dwayne, give it to us.
Press the button. Push the damn button. There it is. Wow. So,
Whoa.
we've got triple figures for Team JC, and Team Sindre are there with 93 points. Team JC, congratulations. You've beaten Goliath.
What just happened?
They got
2
37
courses.
points in that last. So that's got to be what? 2 courses in the top 3 right there? Black Flag and Angel's
Wow.
Edge, by my calculations.
Yeah, it would have to be, right? Yes, and of course we know the right answers to that, and we'll reveal that a little bit in the next feature where we will go through the individual results for this contest. We're getting some reactions in the chat here.
Yeah, the lots of booms.
Obviously,
Boom.
the team Shrantrez is very happy, and the team Cindere is not so happy.
So we got a top 10 here. Shall we have a look at the courses from the top 10?
We should. And I will admit that I messed this slide up because it says top 10, and then Dwayne's going to reveal the bottom 10.
All right, so these are the bottom 10.
Totally my fault.
Okay.
Totally that one's on Victor.
Eric!
The title of the slide is supposed to be top 10, but these were the courses that finished in the 11th through 20th position. They are listed there on their teams in alphabetical order. So that order that you see there has nothing to do with the order that they actually finished in. That's just an alphabetical order on each team of the courses that placed 11th through 20th. So there you have that part. And now we'll go down through the top 10. No, Reeb, this is not the top 10.
So the actual top 10, we got Charleston Hall in 10th. In 9th place, we've got Acuna Reserve. In 8th place, oh my, it's Royal Bentley. 7th, we got Das Elta from Energizer. And 6th, this is a shocker, Team Sindre. Sindre himself in 6th place with Ranger GC Norway.
Yeah.
In
There's
5th,
going to be some judge notes requested on that
one. But yeah, in 5th, we got Commonwealth Country Club. And that's it. We're down to 4 now. So in 4th, we have Farwater Golf Club. In 4th, we're down to the top 3. Any predictions on that top 3? Who's going to get this win? Who do we think, chat? Well, in 3rd, it's Angel's Edge.
Wow. So both captains are top 6, but neither of them won the individual.
In number 2, it's going to go to Black.
It's got to give 2 and 1 at the same time.
Yeah,
here, baby.
do it. Black Flag is 2nd, and Copper Dunes takes it. Thoughts, Eric?
Oh, well, I can be deadly honest with these guys because they're both Dirty Ankle Mafia members, and they can both yell at me later. But I had Black Flag ranked as my number 1, and so I felt very highly about Black Flag. For me, I think you have to play Black Flag a couple of times to notice all of the purity of it, not only from tee to green, but just how everything we talked about earlier, how everything blends outwardly from your eye wants to look at fairways and greens, but if you just allow your vision to just kind of glance over the scenery, everything just blends together and it's just so well put together. And playability was so good. I just think that for me, Seabach just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
Um, Blunderbuss blew me away from where he was before that, and then that's when I knew, okay, this guy's for real. I thought his course, the Kilbourne Club, was better than where it finished, and then this one I thought was the winner of Dream Team, but I was overruled. Although you can see that by second and first, there was others that had it, really in their first, second, or third as well.
Yeah.
So,
Great,
so talk to
great
me about
course.
Copper Dunes, G
Yeah,
Dog.
great course. I mean, it's classic. Fritz, he knows how to rock that designer, doesn't he? He's yeah, he knocks it out of the park every time. Always so consistent. Like you can go back, and his courses age so well. Like I still go back and play. Oh, what's my favorite by? Is that weird tropical one? Uh,
Um, I know exactly which one you're talking about. The one for the Nations contest. It was out for Griff's National Treasure contest. That's the one you're talking about.
yeah, but yeah, that one.
Corazal. Yeah.
Carousel, yeah. Like he just Hickory Creek, and now like Copper Dune. Yeah, he's incredible. Never change, Matt.
Final thought for me on this portion of it, because we just have just one more slide after this. Um, I really felt like pretty much all of these designers, save for a few, I think most of them made their best course in their portfolio during this competition.
Mhm.
And for that reason, and for the team camaraderie and everything else, I think we had to look at this as an admin staff team and say this contest was really good for the community. It was good for the camaraderie, and
Yeah.
not only that, it was good for the schedulers. And so
Hmm.
we need to find a place for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Dwayne, where will that place for this contest be in the future? And
Oh, there it is. Look. So there's my season 6 design contest. I'm going to shut my mouth and let you do all this. Go on. Oi.
through the season 6 design contests. If you have any questions, concerns, or need to yell at someone, I am the TGC Tours staff member who organizes these things. And so you can yell at me. But I want to say that I feel like season 5 was our most successful season of design contests ever. And I want to say that for a couple of reasons. Number one, it wasn't because of me, it was because of the team of people that we had involved who helped plan it. Basically, before season 5 went on the air, last fall, we sat down with a bunch of people and said, what does the schedule need to look like? What does the everyone get your shot glasses ready? What does the rubric need to look like? How do we
Hmm.
have a fair foundation for judging these contests? And then if I get hit by a bus or, Reeb gets hit by a bus or whatever, God forbid, how do we keep these going forward in perpetuity? Because we saw what happened in the World Cup last year where this major design contest was possibly going to go by the wayside if no one picked it up. So what we've done is we've created a system that TGC Tours can follow, whether I'm here or not. And I think it worked really well because we had a contest director and a judging czar for every contest. All of them were done extremely high class. I mean, what Andre did in World Cup and what Mayo did for the major championship and what Reeb did for the challenge circuit, and of course, what you and Chantrez, you did a lot of the work, and of course Ben for the Dream Team, and now what Patrick's doing for the rookie. I mean, it's just all the foundational tools are there, and we needed to carry that forward. So we thought through the schedule, and here's what we have set out: the World Cup of Design will run registration starting 11/1, and the publication window will close 1/31. That's 3 months. Now, that contest will be run by Reeve Duke and Seabach this year instead of me and Andre. There's no That's another great thing about a system. There's no reason that
Oi,
let's see if the chat can
oi.
hear me. If they can, I'll make this a bit more brief. I'm showing voice connected on my end. So,
It's back.
okay. So again, being that the major contest is another really, really important one, we'll offer designers 3 months for that one. You can register and then publish in a 3 month period. And that one will be run by me and Andre. So we're actually just bumping ourselves to a different contest to give Mayo a chance to do something else there. Then we've got I'll never get this right, Reeb Dug. The TGCT CCC DC ABCD DVD, which Reeb Dug did a phenomenal job with, along with Seabach this year. And that one will be from 5/1 to 6/30. Yes, that's only a 2 month window. So these next three are 2 month windows. 7/1 to 8/31 is Dream Team, potentially run by no, not potentially, definitely run by Chantrez next year. What I was going to say is potentially there's going to be a lot of changes to that one because we're going to develop that one. It's obviously now an official TGC Tours design contest, and we're going to develop that one, and Chantrez is going to make it unbelievable. And then we'll still do the rookie from 9/1 to 10/30. So there's a year's worth of season 6 design contests. Um, I G Dog, I know you're not a designer yourself, but I know you play just about every course in the game. How do you think this works for the community? Do you feel like this pays off for the tours?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I would say 50% of the courses we use on tour are from design contests of some sort, right? And yeah, we got a nice schedule now. We can see it, for the year. People can plan. They can be like, oh, yeah, I've probably got enough time for World Cup design and the CCC, right? And maybe I'll have the Dream Team off, and so it's going to give people, a chance to plan. And yeah, I really look forward to it. And yeah, it's always great. We get loads of courses, and they're always of exceptional quality.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. That one of the points or one of the objects of this is to give people a chance to plan. And if you're planning to be in one or two of them throughout the year, if you would, just consider to reach out to the contest directors that you see listed there for the ones that you're not going to be in and offer your volunteer services to judge or to help in some way. We have had phenomenal volunteers all throughout the season. As we get more and more people into the design community, we need more and more judges to run these great contests. It's a lot of work, and people get burned out when they have to run or judge, 2 or 3 times throughout the year. It's a tremendous amount of work. So, again, a huge thank you to all the volunteers who also help make all of this happen. Final thought I would say is do not enter, and I know Reeb Dog will make sure that this is well known, but we will be enforcing in season 6 that if you enter a contest and you don't have a good in real life reason to stiff everybody in the contest, you will have a probationary period where you will not be able to enter some of the official TGC Tours contests after that. And the reason for that is not to be jerks, not to be elitist. It's quite frankly because we have no problem now filling these contests to the brim. And it's not fair for someone to be sitting on the sideline who could have done a course while someone's just walking away. So enough said about that. I know Reeve Dug, as the judge czar of TGC Tours Design Contests in season 6, will hammer that home as well. Jeff, I think that's enough of me talking, enough of the details, but just again want to thank you for all the work you've put into this contest, and Chantrez and Sindre as well. So that's going to be it. That's enough for me. That's going to be it for me. G-Dog, sign us out.
HB! Please make sure there's a designer in the next game.
Thanks, everybody. We hope you have a great night, and congratulations to Matt Fritsch and Team Sindre. Just kidding. Matt Fritsch was on Team Sindre. Congrats, Matt, and congratulations.